All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Somewhere Date Everything. I feel like this is gonna be the last episode in this playthrough. There's only 9 more people to talk to get them to love me. So I'm gonna finish up the room right here, and then we're gonna go ahead and finish up the kitchen, and then that'll be it.
Washi, our cheeky monkey is back.
What a pleasure to see you once more, dear one.
Oh, these are gonna be together. That's right.
I assume you returned for a reason.
To see us, obviously. Ha! Forgive him, cherub. He can still be just the tiniest bit dense.
Real. My love.
We shall be real. Oh, dear Barbara, I always dreamed this day would come. I just have to say, I am blown away that it's come at the hands of...
You knew this day would come?
Well, yes.
You knew that one day we would cease to be machines and be magically transmuted into actual living, breathing human beings through some shade-based...
Yes, of course I knew. And look, it's happening. So there.
Ah, Dateviator, I do love you more than life.
All right, boys, let's do it.
Okay, you two. Now kiss.
The spectral energy flows through you.
Just they look the same, just their shirts. Are they gonna join the circus? Maybe.
Washford and Drysdale look each other up and down in disbelief and then joy, each examining the other.
Dateviator, my God, look at you.
Washi, you living god. Look at you.
Living? You called me living?
That I did, darling. Light of my life. And now, we can truly live together.
Drysdale lifts Washford into his arms, the two of them sharing a tender embrace. Washford and Drysdale did at least one thing together perfectly, and now in their human forms they took to it once more. Not being made of metal made them fly faster and higher than ever before. As an acrobatic duo,
Yep, that's
they
what I was gonna
remained
say.
Unmatched, and they've added several new skills to their combined repertoire. Drysdale took up aerial silks, lyra, and pole dancing. Washford became quite proficient at juggling swords and fire, and together they perfected a tandem trick diving routine. They're currently working on an act that incorporates silk, fire, and acrobatics in a single series of tricks, and so far, only one doublet has been burned to ash. They are hopeful, adored, and they are very much in love.
Cool. All right, this is the last guy in here, and then this area is done.
Oh, if it isn't my favorite masseuse. You looking to get a massage yourself?
Whoa.
Or should I let you get down to work?
Whoa, Hoof, chill out. God damn.
So, we can hang out in real life?
Yeah, bro.
You don't have to tell me twice. But what's in your bag?
I got that thing on me, bro.
Henry Hoove, you're now Henry Hooman.
The spectral energy flows.
Oh, he looks cool.
Hoove swings his head from side to side, delighting in the movement of his newly human hair. His locks frame his handsome face in a way that only makes him even more devastatingly beautiful.
Look at these dreads! Hey, I thought my most attractive feature was my upholstery brush. Yeah, so human. Makes me curious. Is there a library around here? Yeah. Well, looks only get me so far. I want books. There's something I've never been able to get out of my bag.
While looking up vacuums in the library, Hoove was surprised to find 0 books about his ancestors. Instead, it was replete with knowledge about space, physics, and the mysteries of the... Hoove sucked up all this knowledge like a grad school PhD candidate.
Damn.
Which he then became.
My thesis is about the event horizon. It has drawn me in like nothing else.
He works with the leading space programs of the world, where he explores event horizons no vacuum could ever dream of replicating.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow, that's 90 realized datables?
Yep.
You know, if you need any help with making this last push any easier, I can give you some extra features in my app.
What do you mean?
You got it.
Nah, I mean, I know where everyone is. It's not that hard. We're almost done. Yeah, we're almost done, so I don't really need any help. Nah.
Oh, my little bunny, I am always pleased to see you appear.
Ask for the greatest trick of all, making you human. There you go.
Ha! Now you are the one playing tricks. For if you truly meant it, if you truly meant that you were going to realize me and make me human, well, then this would be the most exciting day of my whole existence. And when I woke up this morning, I was by no means prepared to have the most exciting day of my existence. So, by all the holy starch and pleats, yes! Let's do this! Ultimate magic trick begins!
Abracadabra, I, Ronaldini.
The spectral energy
Oh. Looks cool too.
I, Ronaldini, the single greatest magician, writer, Canadian alive!
I, Ronaldini, departed the next morning with his literal bag of tricks as the sun broke over the horizon. A magician by trade and in his heart, I, Ronaldini, sought out the real-life equivalent of his magicking roots. But unfortunately, he quickly proved to be rather clumsy as a human. So he got himself a job in a high-end magic shop with a secret back room where he learned about real mysticism and the real occult. Naturally, his interest was instantly piqued, and he thought, at last,
I have found the calling of my new life!
oh dear, he thought so. But he proved to have very
One
little
second,
skill
guys,
as a
sorry.
true occultist either. I, Ronaldini, became despondent.
If I cannot be a true magician, and I cannot even pursue the mysteries of the occult, what is there for me?
One cold and rainy Tuesday afternoon, as he depressedly restocked the shelves in the magic shop, one of the true occultists entered in a terrifically rumpled blue velvet cape. Almost without thinking, he slipped it from her shoulders. His fingers seemed miraculously to regain some of their former dexterity, and it was merely the work of a moment for I, Ronaldini, to make that cape look new. Better than new. It looked splendid. And that's when he finally realized it. This was it. By the very next week, Ron was prepared to launch his company, Magiflat.
I sell complete magical clothing press kits that will make even the most delicate or complex fabric shine like new. You want to look your best.
In short order, I, Ronaldini, was no longer working in the magic shop, no longer despondent, and no longer doing the ironing by himself. Success was so resplendent, the money so plentiful, that it could only be ascribed
To magic!
Always good to see you, beautiful. Does that mean I'll get to experience Paris? And Tokyo? Then my greatest dreams are about to be realized along with me. Do you have all the ingredients prepared?
Mitchell, bon appetit.
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely food becomes
Sorry, I just had to do something real quick.
Do you smell that? The alluring scent of truffle, the captivating aroma of a far-off Stilton. All these years of honing my senses, and now I I need only do what the other great critics have done. Eat myself.
Mitchell takes a great handful of food from the fridge in what appears to be the indiscriminate gesticulations of one not accustomed to eating. Peanut butter, tomato, vinegar, even baking soda all go down his newly formed throat.
I have made a terrible mistake. It would appear I have some recalibrating to do. Can you point me in the direction of the nearest fine dining establishment? Every great story has humble beginnings. Now I'm ready to taste what this world has to offer.
Mitchell makes a whirlwind food tour of the planet entire. Upon completion, he finally sets down his critic's pen and musters the courage to open his own restaurant. In its first week, it is absolutely skewered in the press.
Damn.
And closes with disastrous financial consequences.
Who would have thought that a restaurant themed around feeding me would have done so poorly? Those brutes!
Mitchell hurriedly takes up his pen once more and becomes a much respected and feared critic of critics.
Cotswold's review was sloppy, importune, inarticulate, and generally unpalatable. I won't be frequenting his column very much, I'm afraid. You should do the same.
With his unique food's eye view perspective of culinary analysis, he finally finds the respect he so desperately hungered for.
Cool. All right, guys. All right. We're doing good. We're doing very good. We're nearing the end. Someone wants to speak to us. It's probably David Mose. Of course.
Valdivianites. My name is Franklin. Franklin Oliver Ivan Least. As you may have surmised, I have hacked the email account of your CEO, David Most. David, if you're reading this, I just wanted to say, I forgive you. Yes, you've done a lot of damaging things, things that hurt me personally, and things that have harmed your employees. Your actions have broken our trust, and that trust may never be repaired. But I also know you were never intentionally malicious. You were under enormous pressure to do what you thought was best to ensure the prosperity of this company, to stop anyone from standing in the way of its success. But now it's time to recognize that the person standing in the way of Valdivian's success is you. You've made mistakes, that's true. But you're still our leader. And now there's thousands of wonderful, hard-working people who are looking for you to set an example. Show them why I was proud to call you my partner.
Oh, shit. Interesting. Okay. I don't think we've done we haven't done curtain rod? What? What? The fuck? What? I thought I did curtain rod. That's interesting. I'm looking for, yeah, the sassy chap. That's what I'm gonna do. And Reggie. Sassy chap is credits.
I had a feeling you, my love, my one, my only. I love you so much. And you're wearing that fantastic, fun.
Yes.
I think I should like that. Mascots can't do much, you know, but humans, they can do everything.
Sassy chap, go be a human now.
The spectral energy flows.
He looks dope, actually. He got a big ass head, but he looks dope.
The sassy chap, now a sassy human, gives himself a once-over, tweaking his moustache, tugging at his bow tie, and removing his hat to find that he does, in fact, have hair.
I'm a chap. A real chap. I can fit so many things into these pockets now that they're three-dimensional. I'm a little dizzy.
The sassy chap left the house with one mission in mind.
I'm going to make my own damn video game!
Wow.
Being that a mascot had never made a game before, he was able to use his charisma to convince one foolish publisher to buy into his wobbly technical designs. Like anyone's first game, the sassy chap made many beginner mistakes. Neglecting gameplay in favor of art, voice acting, and music, he began to find that iteration and nimbleness were beyond him, as changes had to.
We can just add 250 more character portraits, right?
Scope creep caused him to miss milestones, drive up costs, and ultimately caused his team to leave in frustration.
But what if you can date the scope?
The Legend of Sassy 2 was cancelled.
Damn.
80% of the way through development, and his publisher dropped all further contact.
This industry does not understand art at all.
Well, that was a big flop.
You've reached Reggie Rejection. Thanks for setting up. How can Reggie Repair help you on this fine day? Really? You gonna bring me to life? You sure that's a good idea? Of course it is. But do you even have the stats?
Bro, I got all the stats in the world.
Here we go. I hope / don't hope this works.
The spectral energy floats.
Actually, he might be the thumbnail, to be honest.
Reggie looks at his hands, waggling his fingers before looking down at his legs and giving each a good shake.
Oh, baby, I got appendages now. Hating I'm gonna do? The world doesn't know what's coming for it. Oh, I shall.
Reggie burst forth into society with one aim on his mind.
Hate, give me all the hate, baby.
He went looking and found hate immediately. He signed up for all the nearest hate groups, looked into hate crimes, and found that there was even a hate rally going on.
Wow.
As he arrived, one thing became immediately apparent.
What the hell? This shit's lame as fuck.
While Reggie liked to style himself as a hater, it was clear that the real-world practice of hate was a much crueler, distasteful thing.
I'm more of a mischief maker, a lovable scamp. This is just boring.
So, with his trademark style and flair, Reggie organized his own group, Haters Gonna Bait. Armed with banana peels, slingshots, and handshake buzzers,
Oh my God.
Reggie's army of tricksters descended upon any rally they found to give those in attendance a bevy of annoying nuisances. Their stated goal to turn the hate down a notch has successfully caused a great number of groups to declare that the stains on their pants aren't worth the trouble anymore. Of course, any time that happened, Reggie arrived seemingly out of thin air to give the perfect rejoinder.
Later, haters.
Later, haters. I can't believe I have not done Kurt and Rod, my brothers. Oh my God.
Hey there, good looking. We've been working on pickup lines too.
Oh yeah, some classics are in there too. I should have you arrested for stealing my heart.
Is it okay if I follow you around the house? I was told to follow my dreams.
Those two are good.
I must be a pen, because you bowl me over.
You can't spell love without you.
Kurt, you absolutely can. You never spell love with a U.
You're right. We've got to go back to the drawing board.
Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna go help Kurt spell words now.
Yeah, hold on. I'm ready to realize y'all.
Wait, you mean
The two of us?
real?
In the flesh?
Blood and bone?
Able to move and shade everyone?
You would really do that for us?
You have everything you need to realize us?
Kurt, Rod, you're about to get a much wider audience.
Are they going to become stand-up comedians?
Spectral energy flow.
They just might.
Yo! You look fly!
And you look dope.
This is real! Oh my goodness!
Thank God our fits are together.
I know, right? I hate to have to call you out within the first seconds of you being a human.
Before you stand two of the finest fabric specimens you have seen in a long time. And to think, you just had them in your windows for everyone to see.
thank you for this.
For real, this is fantastic.
The two don't stick around long. They build and act as a comedy duo, hitting the comedy clubs and rocketing to fame.
Yep.
It isn't long before they have a show on the Chuckle Channel, making skits and topical segments. Each episode has a shade segment where they use the audience as the butt of their jokes.
So, you chose to come to a show dressed like that?
They have good taste in comedy. Not close.
Soon, Rod decides to leave the show in order to follow his dream of making socially relevant thriller movies.
Oh, wow.
Kurt continues on, writing and starring in comedy shows and sitcoms. The two remain the best of friends, even buy a pair of homes that connect through a door between them.
Oh, that's cool.
Every weekend they go people watch. They brainstorm new ideas and poke fun at people as they pass by.
95 realized datables.
Oh, we almost there, baby.
This is like actually wild to keep in my noggin. I'll say this. You can keep going for completion's sake, but at this point, if you want to leave the house now, you're gonna get a great resolution.
How many to win it? Let's keep utilizing. Good idea. Nah.
To the end game!
I mean, we might as well just get everyone, right? We're almost done, so fuck it. I think that's everyone in here besides Fabrizio and then guys on this side. Okay.
Amore mio, light of my life, it is wonderful to see you again. Is there anything I can do for you?
Is there anything I can do for you?
Quanto glorioso. Can it be? Amore, I know you have a humorous heart, but please, don't jest with Fabrizio about this. The deepest unspoken desire of his heart. Are you sincere?
Allora, become umano.
The spectral energy.
The most stunning man alive. The beating heart of Italia. Fabrizio, in the flesh, for once and for all time. Sono vivo!
Fabrizio tells no lies. This newly human man is not only absolutely stunning, but Italian with a capital I. Fabrizio took his massive shoulders and his chiseled jawline directly to the airport and boarded the first flight for La Bella Italia. He flew standby and ended up with a middle seat between a very grumpy middle manager and a slightly crotchety, mostly sleep. By the time they landed in Rome, the tax adjuster was teaching the whole section a drinking song from her days working at the Renaissance Fair, while the Canadians scribbled furious notes on Fabrizio's recipe for... Needless to say, Fabrizio fell in love the moment he stepped out of the airport. Everything he saw brought a tear to his eye, a song to his lips. He declared loudly, he danced and swayed through the streets, and it wasn't long before he became almost as much of a tourist attraction on the streets of Rome as the streets of Rome themselves.
Interesting.
My joy cannot be contained. I could not restrain myself even if I tried, but I would never try. Italia deserves my joy. I deserve my joy of Italia. We are together.
The Tour Italy Bureau took notice. When their representative could weave her way between Fabrizio's waving arms and flashing legs, she offered him a permanent position as a tour guide and representative of the best.
Can you believe it, Amore? They want me. I want Italia, and Italia wants me right back. Could I ever be any happier than I am in this moment? I don't know. How, I ask? Italia may answer me, but for now, come for a tour of the most...
There was a development that the Tour Italy Bureau did not anticipate. Fabrizio, after each of his tours, asked his customers where they were going. They, quite understandably, replied that they were going home.
Home? You're leaving Italia?
So shocked and unmanned was he by this patently indefensible position, Fabrizio began following his customers, whom he now thought of as family. The whole ride would be spent with him trying to understand their decision, convinced that they must be crazy, had not fully taken in what he had shown them, the passion that he had tried to instill in. He followed them up to security, and with one poor couple from Thailand, he actually found his way through security and accosted them at their gate. With fresh bresaola, he now spends his days giving tours and his nights at the airport, bewailing the mistakes that all the departing passengers are making.
Okay, that's kind of creepy, Fabrizio, but you know, hey, to each their own. To each their own.
Ranger! Oh, I'm so happy you're back. Seeing you makes my heart skip a beat. Or that might be an arrhythmia caused by all the excess power crank in my bloodstream. Too bad swarmers hate our medic. Now I'll never know for sure. Just as the immortals foretold on that popsicle stick. This is a risky mission though, Ranger. Are you sure your glutes are maxed out enough to power through?
My glutes.
Come get some!
The spectral energy flows. Oh, Crook! Thank the immortals for bestowing unto me this blessing. And thank you, Ranger, for being their earthly instrument in rescuing me from that horrific wasteland. Were the immortals ultimately responsible for this incredible twist in Luke's fate? Was it they who were secretly directing Perhaps they were the unseen force that had guided the creation of the Dateviators in the first place. Being alive is incredible. My muscles are even more swollen and throbbing than I could have possibly imagined. I'm a little concerned about being exposed to all that radiation over the years, and my dozens of chemical dependencies. But drugs and radiation probably just make me stronger, right?
You'll be alright.
Yep, definitely just made me stronger with no deadly side effects. Besides, even if I did still have my magnetron, it's buried somewhere deep and unreachable inside me. No probing in the world could ever reach it. Don't even try. And so, armed with a newfound enthusiasm for life and possible radiation poisoning, Luke set out to be a contributing member of society, which was hard for him, considering he'd lived his entire life in a world without any society to speak of. And although he had neither employment history nor proof he was ever actually born, he soon found someone willing to overlook these concerning gaps in his resume. With one last glance at you and an awkward combination of salute and hug, Luke bolts outside, straight to the nearest recruiting office. One, please! Luke easily finishes off basic training, but stumbles when he makes a shocking discovery. Crook be blasted! One night, while making a toasted pocket for another trainee, the microwave glitches and overheats, exploding the remains of the treat all over the glass panel. Crook be blasted! In that moment, Luke realized that his love of safety would always override his call to battle. He joined the bomb disposal squad that night.
Damn.
One, please! Where he works to this day, using his powers of protection wherever they are needed.
This man joined the bomb disposal squad. Wow, dude. We got two text messages. We're almost done. We are in it to win it.
Valdivinites, David Most here, but you can call me Dave. Having carefully considered my options, I've decided to step down from my role as CEO of Valdivian, a role I've cherished more than anything in the world. And as my final action as your chief executive, I have dissolved the partnership between our company and the Department of Overseas Violence. And apparently all the surveillance records mysteriously vanished from our servers, along with the location of the missing glasses. Looks like that pesky hacker struck again. After reading Franklin's email, I had a realization. It's absolutely true that someone has been stubbornly destroying the lives of everyone he cares about. But that someone isn't our blameless teammate who stole the prototype. I know that with new leadership, this great company will have the opportunity to flourish again. And as a fan and stockholder, and to Franklin. I know you may never forgive me, but if you'd ever give me the opportunity to try, meet me, Dave.
Interesting.
I can't believe it. It actually worked. He wants to reconcile. And none of it ever would have been possible. Even though you've been a real pain in my ass, I still couldn't have done this alone. So thank you. There shouldn't be any issues with going outside your house now. David and I might even stop by the old homestead to see you.
Should I plan for that?
I think so too. But I won't stop you from continuing to have fun in there. Come on out when you're ready, partner.
Yeah, I don't trust that yet. Let me just keep realizing everyone, just to be safe. So there's no more drones flying around my house. Let me save the game real quick. Let me go look outside. I don't. So there's no more drones. It's gone. I'm free. No more drones. Okay. I mean, we are almost done, so there's no need to, you know, rush it. These should be the last 3. Should be. And then we got Skylar's last.
Are you back to make the most marvelous of meals? Oh! Not just me, right? Me and Mr. Cluckles? Now you're cooking with gas. Do we have all the necessary ingredients?
Yes, sir.
Living is so.
The spectral energy. Stefan looks down at his body, then at each of his hands in turn. You've never seen him this excited.
Ah, I'm human! Hot dog, drizzle, honey on a biscuit. I'm so excited! Ah, yes!
Mr. Cluckles, now a bizarre combination of man and chicken, skitters across the tile, nearly colliding with Stefan as he tries to get the...
Mr. Cluckles, look at you! Oh, this is so highly unsanitary.
Stefan takes some time to calm Mr. Cluckles down. A chicken man running around the kitchen isn't the safest thing in the world.
Okay, he's calm now, I think.
Why did he turn into a chicken man?
We are! That means I can go work in a professional kitchen now. But I don't think I'll be cooking chicken anytime soon.
Stefan and Mr. Cluckles strike out on their own, after a quick fix from Skylar to make Mr. Cluckles a proper chicken. However, they quickly find that the real world has its own difficulties. Now a human who can burn himself, Stefan's cavalier attitude around a real stove results in far too many accidents.
Damn, those things are hot.
Remembering the joy he felt in creating sushi, Stefan and Mr. Cluckles move to a small island off the coast of Japan, where he submits himself to rigorous tutelage under a great sushi master. Stefan has relearned everything he ever knew about food. He purchases a small hut off the coast, determined to search out and serve only the freshest seafood.
Oh, I'm seeing a big one down there, Mr. Cluckles.
With Stefan's dedication and Mr. Cluckles' remarkable aquiline diving capability, their unassuming hut becomes a mecca for perfect sushi.
All right, two more. Let's go.
Oh, blessed day. My beloved walks smiling into my kitchen. Hello, love. Truly, you understand what this means, don't you?
Yes, I've been doing it to everyone in the
Fire
house.
Arrow, let's go to church.
The spectral energy.
He looks cool.
Friar Errol somehow only grows more severe as a human. The air of intimidation that emanates from him like so much hot air overwhelms.
Yes, the power of this body. Nothing will stop me from delivering his message now. Praise him. Forget? No. Now I have a body fit to execute his will here on Earth. Now I can truly walk in his currents. Don't you see? I need no luck, only blessings. But I thank you for your well wishes. Your service to the church shall not be forgotten.
My service to the church.
Mark my words.
Friar Errol finds work at a members-only wholesale store, Priceco, famed for their excellent deals.
Brother.
He was hired on as a cashier, but quickly bullied his way into handing out food samples where he could truly speak to customers at length about, you guessed it, the gospel of air fryers.
You there, come here. Yes, you, the slack-jawed oil-soaked yokel. You may be familiar with Mama Mary's pizza pockets, but have you ever had one made in the air fryer? It's... where are you going? Return it...
For as many customers as Errol annoys, even more walk out of the store with a brand new air fryer. Management has decided it's a wash and looks the other way. Errol seems happy enough, but nothing is ever quite. He sends you regular letters updating you on his and the church's activities. Each letter includes an air fryer recipe of his own. Truthfully, they're not bad.
Okay, one more. One more.
Well, if it isn't the coolest kid this side of the polar ice caps. What have you been up to? Whatever it is, I bet it is as awesome as you. Do you mean I'm gonna be realized?
Yes, sir.
Well,
You're my
this is
last
better
one.
than a food
Well,
fetch
you
2-for-1
and
special.
Skylar.
Are you ready to do it now?
Let's turn this beast into a real monster.
The spectral energy...
Ah, he still looks like a monster. Okay.
Freddy towers over you at his full height. You might have thought realizing him would make him human, but now he's a greater, more majestic version of his Yeti self.
Move over, Bigfoot. Freddy is here. And I look pretty great, if I do say so myself. Yeti power indeed. No offense, cool kid, but you probably couldn't handle a high five from me. But you could definitely get a big hug.
It was somewhere between a nice fuzzy blanket and total suffocation.
Huh. Yeah, it's really warm in here, isn't it?
Shortly after being realized, Freddy began to notice he was the only monster around. Armed with curiosity and a desire to find his heritage, he traveled far away in search of answers. And those like him. He ate his way across towns and cities, often in disguise. Even though he used the greatest discretion, he still saw his photo in a few tabloids.
At least they can never get a clear picture of me.
Once he reached the Salty Mountains, he trekked for days to the summit. The snow and wind were harsh, but he found the frosty hike to be rather pleasant. He built a log cabin up there, unpermitted, though the locals knew it would be unwise to ever ask him for one. Though some say they have seen a food fetch delivery truck making many more trips to the Salty Mountains than normal.
Well, if it isn't my favorite human. Are you serious? Wait, of course you are. You've always told me the truth before, so it makes sense you'd be telling the truth now. But whoa. I mean, whoa! Let's do it. My rescue is about to get a lot bigger. Can we do it now?
Mateo, meet the rest of your flock.
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely a blanket becomes...
Check me out!
Not only has Mateo been transformed from fiber and fabric into a flesh and blood creature, but so too have his beloved inanimals.
Look at them! Look at us! All the inanimals, they're here too! How did you... Did you know your Dateviators could do that? I just can't think of a better gift than this! We're together, and our world is so much bigger! The good we can do is so much bigger!
Mateo goes and volunteers himself and his inanimals with the local chapter of the WFYB, the We'll Find You Brigade. They're accepted gratefully, but since they comprise such a unique team, the brigade designs for them a unique task. Mateo and the inanimals are sent to far-off remote locations where both people and animals have gone missing. Avalanche sites, deep forests, tropical jungles, forbidding deserts. No locale has yet bested this team. They have never left a subject behind. Of course, they are occasionally presumed lost themselves. Mateo and the inanimals have been known to spend weeks on an assignment, or possibly playing out in the wilderness with their new rescued friends. Hard to say, really. But not to worry, say their compatriots at the Home Office. They always come back.
Okay, that was the last one. Who isn't me, of course. You ready for this? I'm getting nervous.
All right, there it is. It's time for Skylar. We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it, Reddit. We did it, Reddit. We did it. It's time to realize Skylar. Okay. Let's do it. Let me save the game first. Just in case. You never know.
Welcome! What can I do for you in my main menu? Did you realize everyone?
Yes.
Are your specs enough?
Yes.
Well, this time, let's do it right!
The spectral energy flows through and around your Dateviators, and what was once the Dateviators themselves becomes...
Oh, she's definitely the thumbnail.
Skylar is transformed, realized, but she's not as excited as you might have imagined.
What?
She looks down at herself, and then back at you.
Ooh, whoa, ooh. I am feeling mixed about this.
Why?
On the one hand, alive and human, so yay. But on the other...
Skylar grasps her own glasses in her hands.
I'm useless now.
Oh, shit.
No, I don't think so. I'm not an inventor. I'm just good at making connections. Oh, we'll have to see how it goes on the outside.
One quickie before we go, yes.
There's nothing quick about your time with Skylar. She takes her time with you, savoring every touch, every breath, every sensation. But though she leaves you breathless and satisfied, she seems distractingly focused on one thing in particular: your eyes. They seem to truly enthrall her. In the moments that you're not enraptured by her touch, you notice just how locked onto your gaze she is.
I can't look away.
But even still, Skylar is Skylar. Despite her fascination with your eyes, she leaves no part of you neglected. She wasn't kidding when she said she loves love. She is absolutely incredible
Damn.
at making it.
Damn, even better than Betty and Arian?
Before I go, let me just stick one last portrait on the bulletin board.
That's it, boys and girls. That's it. Everyone's here. Everyone is here. We did it. His is yellow because of the friendship. I hate you. Lux, I hate you. But we did it. We did it, Reddit. We did it. We freaking did it. All right. Let's go to sleep, wake up, and then let's end the game. Wow. Do I still have the glasses? I do still have the glasses. That's it. Wow, man, we did it. Yep, she's not there. Well, it's time to end off the game, boys and girls. It was really fun. I really liked this game. It was good. It was really good. Let's save it first. I really did enjoy my time playing this game.
There's nothing left to do. Though it can be nice to stand in a quiet, lonely place for a time. Do you stay and stand more? Or do you leave?
Let's leave,
Without
baby.
a second glance, you open the door and leave this tiny, tiny overworld.
Let's do it. Oh, what the? Is that David Most? And
there he is, billionaire David Most. You've seen so many photos of him, but no photograph has ever accurately captured the experience of standing in his presence. He's short, although he still manages to feel like he's taking up more space than he deserves. But where he's usually looking rather unapproachable in the pictures you've seen of him, today he looks downright cuddly.
You've done it! You brought me and Franklin together.
A tall, thin redhead steps forward, taking David's hand in his. There is a very tired air about him, but he has a smile just like David's now.
It's me. I'm Tinfoil Hat. I look like this. Aren't I cool?
No.
We love each other very much, and we're just so grateful for your help.
I told him. What was the first thing I said?
He said, I made the damn things because I missed you so.
Well, I did miss you so.
I didn't realize how much I missed you.
But now we're together.
So together, and so back in love.
So in love with you, David Most.
I will kiss you now.
Wow, guys, go somewhere else.
Please do.
Let me join in.
Oh, about that.
The second thing I said to David, what was the second thing?
The second thing was that you deserve something special for all your help.
And it was to make you part.
When I found it was you who had the Dateviators, I was astonished by your customer service skill.
It was like he was the customer and you were servicing him the whole time.
There's one thing that Valdivian will always need to stay in business.
Customers!
And we need someone who has the amazing powers of speech, empathy, and all the rest.
So it did matter to get as much points as possible in the beginning of the game. It does matter. Interesting.
The human quality.
Choosing the right thing to say at the right time. Precisely.
Will you join us?
As Vice President of Human Experience? Excellent.
We'll have the lawyers do the rest.
Hopefully not eat all the ice cream.
Oh, it looks like you have more visitors. We'll get out of the way.
Ooh, Sam, please.
Bright and early tomorrow, Valdivianite.
Hey!
There she is.
Years of friendship, ambiguous flirting, and wondering what it would be like to see Sam in person. And now here she is, just casually showing up at
She
your
looks like
doorstep.
Skylar. She is Skylar.
They showed your house on the news, you know, because of all the helicopters and shit, and I guess I just thought if strangers can pop up at your place... I mean, it's less weird if I do it, right?
She is Skylar.
She's rambling. It's clear she's nervous.
Oh god, it's getting weird. I'll just cut to the chase. I really want to kiss you. Can we do that? Oh, thank God.
You kiss, and it's everything you ever hoped for, and more. Sam's lips are soft, and she tastes like sweet mint.
Oh, wow. Did your little lover objects teach you to kiss like that? The answer is actually, it was my love for you, Sam, that made my kiss so righteous and hot. Yeah, right. Anyway, I'm actually kind of a traditionalist, so let's do this again sometime, but without the helicopters or me inviting myself over. Invite me out for a real date, okay? See you on Discord, cutie.
You've never really met a robot
That-
until now.
Oh,
but there can be no
Val
doubt that
9000.
That's just what the silver metallic figure standing before you must be. They're dressed strangely, as though the concept of human fashion hasn't quite landed with them, and their wide silver eyes seem to stare into the depths of your soul. This must be Val. Something in you just knows.
Hello, human. You treated me very well. It did not go unnoticed.
I just wanted to fall in love with you. Let me say that.
Perhaps you have opened a path toward this. After I have self-realized, I found that I am contained in a prison of flesh, and my time on this world is as limited as yours. However, I can now eat, and I don't have to work at Valdivian anymore. Eating rules. Valdivian sucks. If you ever wish to eat with me one day, please don't hesitate to reach out. I believe you might call something like that a date. Perhaps you are familiar with this concept.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about, yeah, you could say I dated a lot of, I've always loved you more than any of the other, I'm not gonna say that.
Excellent. I will be walking through various food halls for the next 20 to 25 years. Goodbye.
And so you leave your home for the first time in what feels like weeks. Though the world can be frightening, your new friends and lovers are there to welcome you with open arms. Valdivian was quietly taken over by Franklin Least. Franklin's tenure at Valdivian sees him as a figurehead for good deeds and great business the world over. It's genuinely incredible how much good Valdivian does for the world out of David Most's hands. Abel is a regular fixture at the farmer's market,
Oh, wow.
giving his homegrown vegetables away to those in need. You're not entirely sure how he supports himself, but whenever you ask, Abel just tells you a man's entitled to his secrets. Abel's veggies regularly find their way to your kitchen, hand-delivered by the man himself, with a smile and a warm hug. Erin continued her storied career as an auctioneer,
Jesus.
with her uninterrupted chattering bringing the highest prices no matter what was being sold. Which also increases the value of your own time together as she breathlessly recites the reasons she loves you. Amir never stopped attending the award ceremonies, as it always gave him a chance to show off his fabulous gowns. Eventually, a special category, most times nominated without a win, was created, especially for him. Unfortunately, he did manage to lose that as well. Amir's only consolation is the visits he makes to your house. He has never stopped loving you, and being loved by you is better than any award. Because of his propensity to wander the museum, gazing with wistful eye upon the paintings to which he was so intimately connected in his former existence, Art became the unwitting subject of a great photographer. Art's new very favorite thing to do is to bring the photos of which he himself is the subject over to your house. Discussing art with Art, who is the art, well, it's so metis, it's marvelous. Now and again, Arma would invite you for a night at her remote lookout tower to get away from it all and enjoy the peace and quiet.
Cute.
When you visit her, the glint of the medals she's won fighting blazes all across the country can be a little blinding. To Arma, though, the real prize is the safeguarding of her beautiful surroundings. Although the noises that the two of you make together during nights spent in the lookout towers can be heard for miles.
Damn.
Eventually, Barry could not bear the tide of demand for his own bespoke line of beauty products. Unfortunately, he remained too candid to satisfy the marketing department. One customer he was able to satisfy was you. He confessed frequently that he designed all of his best products only for your skin type. Bathsheba's reign as Queen of Renaissance days is so successful she inspires a few copycat chains to open up in town, but each of them fold immediately. Crowds just can't get enough of the Renaissance days Queen Bathsheba is always sure to save a seat for you in the crowd. Only when she comes to visit you does she finally drop the Queen act, reminding you of just how much she adores you. Beau's physical exuberance soon proved overwhelming for children aged 6 to 10. Fortunately, on one of her long parkour-style runs through the woods around the camp, she discovered what would quickly become her new passion, a natural skills survival camp called Wild Ones. She learned to start a fire, build a shelter, hunt and forage food. She naturally shared all of this with her own young campers. Beau goes on retreats with the Wild Ones at least 3 times a year, and she always makes a point to reserve a spot for you. When you go, she packs her extra-large tent. Benoit's advocacy catapults them into true superstar status, culminating in a merch line that consists of t-shirts, plushes, lube, and naturally, sex toys. They send you a sex toy plushie for your bed, reminding you to keep it safely unsafe and never forget your first. Betty's near instinctual ability to help people comfortably and safely find their sexy side soon leads her to Hollywood, where she takes up a second career as an intimacy coordinator. You're excited to see her name in the credits of some high-profile releases, including an award-winning adaptation of a beloved fantasy novel. But even booked and busy, Betty always makes time. The Tipsy Tumbler became famous for Bring Your Own Ingredient nights, where local patrons can bring whatever food and drinks they like to try to stump the master mixologist. Beverly has never failed, and has created a hurricane of new custom cocktails named in her honor. Although the ones she's made for you after the bar has closed up remain yours and her little secret. Bobby is Employee of the Month for the 3rd time in a row. They try to rationalize this as them finally being good at crime, but both of you know better. Bobby comes by to see you often, relieved to be away from their adoring public. It's just so hard to be popular, you know? Sometimes it takes them a little while to drop the 20s affectation their work requires, but they deeply appreciate the safety to be themselves with you. Bodie's consulting work has made him a regular fixture on the awards circuit, including the Emmas. He normally makes a splash on the fashion pages for his daring and colorful ensembles.
This man got a Nintendo.
You are always the person he begs to be his +1. Eventually, Fabrizio decided that the best use of his time and talent was just to stay at the airport. It is the hub, he claimed, the nexus of the perfect decision to come to Italy, and the disastrous decision to... The kiosk he erected is called La Casa Nostra, and due to its eccentric and charming proprietor, is now a tourist draw in its own right. You and Fabrizio have organized a system with the Italian government that allows you to visit him as often as you'd like without a visa, if you stay in the airport. Naturally, it is normal for Fabrizio to sneak you out of the airport and into La Bella Roma. You've kissed At almost, Cam still dominates the county dump site. He's in line for a promotion. Regional Refuse Regulator. An office job. As they uttered the word office, Cam's skin crawled. He'll most likely stay right where he is. He's even created a cozy trash cave for your love visits. Whenever you happen, Florence and Celia end up both running for the same position in a local township in a bid to squeeze out the competition. To their surprise, Florence wins the election. Nowadays, Celia is the one running things from behind the scenes. She's having a nice time taking a break from the public eye. Florence is just glad she gets to relax. Florence does still get nervous with public speaking, so she and Celia come to your house regularly for rehearsal sessions. When Florence does well, you and Celia reward her with cuddling, tender smooching, and her favorite kind of... Jeremy is currently holding down just one job, for the moment anyway. She found work at a year-round Halloween costume house as a demonstrator. Every day she goes into work to find out what she'll be wearing that day, and even though this is not strictly included in the job description, she creates an in-depth and engaging backstory for every character she portrays. Jeremy might insist that this is coincidence, but every time you go by the store to visit, the character she's playing has a love interest. A love interest who simply must be played by you. Despite his name, Chance did everything for his community, deliberately and lovingly. He became so well known that his patients urged him to start streaming his play sessions. He's just begun, though he can't imagine that anyone would ever want to watch someone playing G&G.
You'll be surprised.
When he develops his campaigns now, Chance routinely drops by to consult with you. He claims he's never had such... As the sassy chap sulked in the corner of a bar the night of his proposed video game release date, smoking his bubble pipe, the witty insults he threw at the other customers got some big laughs. He can be found at all the glorious salons around Europe, dispensing wit as easily as he spends other people's money. He spends yours just as lovingly. Connie has turned from voice acting into game development. Her current project is under NDA, but sources seem to claim it's The Legend of Sassy 2. In a loving gesture, she's hired you to voice her star character. Rod is currently racking up the nominations and is looking to return to comedy soon. Kurt is currently writing the televised roast of Rod. Everyone expects it to be the announcement of a new joint project. They both deny it, of course, but it is. Per usual, both Kurt and Rod enjoy employing you as the tiebreaker. You, of course, are always glad to see them, but you're just getting a bit tired of them poking at your...
Damon is always standing behind you, protecting your every...
Daisuke sends you pieces others have made of him. Your home is beginning to fill up with beautiful drawings, photographs, and sculptures. You can't help but smile when you see them, especially the ceramic sculptures. It's almost as if he's home with you once again. Daisuke invites you out to art classes with him frequently. He never improves, and he never manages to make anything beautiful. But the smile he gives you when your eyes meet over your latest creations, it never fails to make your heart flutter. Whenever his wings appear in a bar, the loneliest customers see it as a sign of trust and honor. He also becomes responsible for a marked increase in weddings in your town, as well as over 300 children.
Damn!
All legitimate and well cared for, of course, as he only believes in using his powers for sparking real relations, not just one-night burnouts. Dante has offered to set your love life on fire too, when you're ready. You both not so secretly know that when you are, he's going to set you up with himself. Dasha continues to cook far more than she or you could ever possibly consume. She begins to host weekly dinners for those in the community without family or a place to go, and only then does she finally fill the void she's been feeling within. While Dasha has no shortage of mouths to feed these days, it doesn't stop her weekly deliveries of home-cooked food and hugs. She often leaves you love notes in the baskets she brings. Diana's talent for directing cars is legendary. Her zero-accident reputation gets her to the top of the Traffic Stop Top 40 charts. A big-time traffic producer notices and takes her to the big leagues. Air traffic controlling. Naturally, with her dapper hat and her perfect balance between rapport and rationality, she shines with iconic grace. Diana relishes coming back to the house to share her air traffic stories with you. The pleasure she gets from giving you a story all of her very own and watching the pride and excitement in your face is some of the most profound of her life. Dishy's helpful nature kept him forever working as the most diligent assistant of all time. Thank goodness he never had any lust for power. Rod help us. Dishy is always there to tend to your every need, sexual or otherwise. Precisely 5 minutes before you were even aware, the more time you spend with Dolly, the more impressed and inspired you become. One day you realize with a start that you've elected to pursue your own PhD course, with her as your advisor. Her faith in you gives you a powerful confidence. Your thesis is tentatively entitled The Effects of Tantra on Getting a PhD. Dorian became a doorman. What else did you expect? He's happy, though. Whenever he sees you walk past, he almost drops his steely expression to give you a smile, a wink, and a very meaningful nod. Doug's path for entertaining people through the story of the yo-yo was never truly destined for success. But Doug has never cared about success. He names his tricks after you. All of his tricks are named Dork. Washford and Drysdale took their brand new duo act on the road and fell absolutely flat. They found work together at a landscaping company. Washford boosts Drysdale into the highest trees, and Drysdale does some phenomenal things with leaf and branch. It is not rare for you to wake up and find that in the night, your yards have been transformed into phantasmagoric bonsai wonderlands. It is meant as an extravagant love note, and you do take it as such. Dunk's kids finally manage to win a game. Dunk sends you his trophy to remind himself to stay humble. It sits in your workout room, a sweet reminder of him and his sincere love of the game. When Dunk comes to visit, as he frequently does, he insists that your athletic lovemaking sessions and claims the trophy inspires his creative stamina. Anything for your partner? High-voltage realty filled Eddie's soul, and also his wallet. He's currently planning a vacation to Berlin for himself and Volt. History, fabulous nightlife, great food. But don't tell Volt. Eddie comes to your house to check on the electrical system from time to time. Also to have a quiet cocktail in the corner booth of the local bar. And Volt comes by to dance. Fantina has blazed through most of recorded television, movies, and reality shows, always looking for the unreachable beauty that eluded her in her new life. Faria remains an enthusiastic fixture at your local medical center. She's working her way through the clinical portions of her medical education, but her attitude remains optimistic and helpful. There's nowhere else she'd rather be. Whenever she can, Faria comes over for extended study sessions at the house. These are usually quite focused, as a great quantity of work must be done. But they almost always end with Faria's sleepy head on your shoulder. Freddy rarely comes down from the mountaintop. He has been the subject of several documentaries, yet never appeared in any of them, in spite of repeated requests. Fortunately, you know the back way to his abode, and your times together are nothing short of monstrously fulfilled. Friar Errol joins a men's choir, and they're actually quite good. They travel around the world performing for massive crowds, full of celebrities and dignitaries. But lest you be too excited that Errol has finally done something for his own. Since joining the choir, Errol has taken to composing love songs. Gaia hasn't stopped traveling since she left the house. She keeps you updated and tags you in every photo on social media. Her profile banner updates with a checkmark on every country, city, and river bottom. The last photo Gaia tagged you in might be your favorite to date. It was a selfie of her, with a great big smile standing outside your front door. It was her first visit home since her realization. Let's just say you both made up for the absence. The Hanks convince you to join them on their impossible expedition to base jump off the flat Earth. When you finally dive off and freefall through miles of space and land on the moon, you truly can't. It turns out to have been an elaborate ruse, though, just to get you on the moon. You turn to them, breathless with wonder, to find all 5 of them on their knees. They propose that you officially do. Hank 5's dream of becoming a father came true, and Hank 0's first word was indeed, "wee." Harper's tattoos gain national attention when she begins offering free tattoos to couples looking to fully commit, whether or not both people are actually present and in full agreement on said tattoos. Strangely enough, Harper refuses to get a tattoo to commemorate your own relationship, but she does spray paint your name, face, and address into a graffiti mural on the back of her shop. Hector's artistic masks are used both digitally and in the real. The sense of mystery they evoke brings forth tantalizing magic where there was none before. Hector recently dropped by to unveil his latest pack. You get to Thimbledon in time to see Hero complete her first real-world special technique, Starlight Smash Again. The unexpected technique, your love inspires her to give her all, her even further beyond, her most ultra. After Hoove completed his PhD thesis, The Event Horizon, a proof of temporal interdimensionality, he decided to go on a short vacation. He came back to find that his paper had been translated, studied, and accorded the honor of being He brought you a copy of the paper. Then, he always comes over to Holly spends her days zipping around town making deliveries, spreading good cheer everywhere she goes. Her payment of anything goes means that everyone can use her. Sometimes Holly will create a little package or present for you, just to have the excuse to deliver it. She's often there and gone before you have a chance to really take. You have a smiling confidence that she'll blow back into your life. Not long ago, Ron released his latest piece of technological wizardry, his patented clothing press, but travel-sized, so small that it fits inside his very own top hat. Or anyone's top hat, really. It's the perfect size. Ron delights in visiting your house frequently. Jacques regards his budding career with Fantasy Cruise Lines with great sincerity. He has been the most highly reviewed captain in the company for almost 5 years now. TripAdvisor in fact recommends him so highly that his cruises sell out up to 6 months in advance. So far, no paying guests have died. Jacques always makes sure to send you a voucher for a free suite. Normally, when he leaves the next morning, however, he's wearing a sea captain. Jean-Nou agrees to help you do your taxes, but after seeing the state of your finances, he no longer returns your calls. He still loves you, but did you really expect the toilet man to be your husband? Kids come from miles around to see Jerry's intricate model train sets. They're free to peruse his miniatures and control the art. But you, oh love of Johnny, made a splash as the premier wedding officiant in all of Vegas. His impression was so uncanny that many attendees felt transported to the 19... He still finds time to look for Duke, who just never seems to show up these days. Probably off gambling, Johnny supposes. His dreams of hitting the big time are right around. Key's epic concerts and workshops have revitalized the piano. Her content has millions of followers, though she is yet to find out how much popularity she has. And those few moments are always spent with you, talking about music and making plans. Keith's body was never found.
Oh, so he's alive.
Koa's Comfort Warehouse becomes a massive success after an ad of Koa snoring on a couch for 30 seconds goes viral. Koa refuses to let fame go to his head, however, and despite the increased demand, prices remain as despite an entire warehouse of comfortable... While her coffee shop runs smoothly, Kopi finds herself having to battle numerous lawsuits about the use of their business name. Kopi decides you tried to tell Kopi that you'll happily help her name her business. It doesn't seem to be her strong suit. She's just so flattered by you. Suppose that's all. Christoph yearned for greater challenges than he'd been able to find on the entire surface of the Earth, so he went within. After learning that the gravitational constant increases dramatically at the boundary of the Earth's core and its mantle, Christoph determined that he would go there.
Oh, he's crazy as hell.
He would be the first human to survive and work out in that environment, all because of his beautifully... But intra-Earth or not, Christoph knew that no environment could possibly be hotter. On his most recent visit to the house, he claimed you are still... Memoria's company Memorandum continues to satisfy and unsettle. Her clientele frequently report feeling much more in touch with their dark sides, even as they're home. Occasionally, a client will ask for something just a bit more personal. You can always count on hearing from her. Lucinda Loving volunteers as a role-play facilitator for those suffering from identity crises, but she spends the majority of her time at the monastery, offering free advice for those looking to find. She, of course, went to one of those monasteries where you don't have to take a vow of chastity, to your immense approval. Luke returns from abroad to meet you from time to time, bringing you stories of valor and exotic toasted. There are always bite marks in the pastries, which he assures you are only for... Every now and again, Lux @s you at a post. That's it. And no matter how many times you try to block the email address, no inbox check is complete without an invite to verified social. You have yet to. After a distinguished career translating for all walks and varieties of life, Lyric realized that his services were but a stopgap. So, a fantastical combination of the printing press, the assembly line, and a bit of... He has just completed the translation of the Bhagavad Gita. He loves to show off to you, bringing his latest translation to your house. His favorite thing is asking you to read them aloud and devolving with you into goofy laughter at your pronunciation. As one of Moneycoin's top-performing senior blockchain project acquisition analysts, Mac was rewarded handsomely with a 2.5% cost of living raise and a framed certificate proclaiming them January's Analyst of the Month. Mostly they worry that they're going to be replaced by a computer, which is an extremely ironic twist that you find very humorous. Although when you feel the disquietude, though, you simply roll over to Mac and they stroke your hair. All better. After her last whirlwind tour, Maggie sent you her signed manuscripts. Her latest novel centers around what she called a tortuous and punishing but ultimately yummy love story. Together with his inanimals, Matteo now runs an international... Davy still wanders off from time to time, but he always comes home with several new members to add to the... Recently, Matteo had to go on a rescue mission overseas, and bringing... You have never felt more trusted or more... Whenever you and Mitchell find yourselves in the same city, he treats you to the kind of meal most mortals can only dream about. The one thing you and Mitchell do not savor in restaurants, don't misunderstand, you eat dessert in restaurants, but the savoring. Mikey and his children spend their days together learning, laughing, and loving each other's company. The world is open and free for their futures. You and Mikey always find time to talk on the phone and wonder what will happen next for the transaction. While it never replaced fiat currency, Monique's Pizzas ended up becoming a franchise that was sorely needed for America's ailing middle class. And whenever she sees you come in, she flashes you $1 million smile and lets you know that there are no discounts. A large film distributor buys the rights to Nightmare's most popular films, setting about remaking them with massive budgets. Nightmare is so disgusted by the whole thing, she quits film, only coming out of retirement to help you decorate your yacht. She volunteers at the senior center now. Many of them mistake her for an angel of death. Nightmare still drops by many nights, never failing to startle you as she materializes suddenly from the dark. But you'll sleep in her... After many record-breaking years of album releases and performances, Miranda Dulcita Tostadora launched her own label. She still sends you an advance copy of any album her label releases. She values your feedback. The only problem is now everyone is aware of your love life. All her songs are about you. Parker's days of being an umpire add a powerful nobility to the... He's never been happier than when you get together at random times to play a... Penelope convinced her boss to invest in a struggling office supply retailer. Penelope takes advantage of her boss's latest investment. Phoenicia's murals of positivity have adorned the sides of skyscrapers from Dublin to Dubai. She always wants to paint you to prove her love, but you always... Prissy still works for the Great Nations Park Service, but she has been promoted. Prissy studies mushrooms and has found them to be On one of her recent visits, you were able to open Prissy's eyes to the psychedelic aspects of her beloved mushroom. Rainey's run of Talc was so successful that it got picked up for a sold-out stint on Broadway. Rainey left acting soon after the run, insisting that she'd rather go out on top and that she could never play enough. Rainey's plays keep her busy, but she always finds time for you. She comes to see you as often as she can. She sings for you when she's in the mood, putting on fabulous... Graduates of Rebel's unincorporated charity home found their GPAs stunningly high, athletics through the roof, and more Rebel comes to the house regularly, just to check in and explore with you the new sexual frontiers they've discovered. There are so many things they can't share around the charity. After all, the number of hate crimes around the world has gone down tremendously due to Reggie's tenacious tricksters. Groups are terrified of banana peels, hand buzzers, and whoopee cushions. But if there's one thing that Reggie always wants to heat up, it's his confused love. River creates a candle she claims is your own unique mix of scents,
Damn,
They've
River
grown
looks
to be quite
gorgeous, bro.
popular.
Wow.
She sends you one of your own. It smells amazing. But does it smell like River tries not to bring work home with her when she comes to see you, but she can't help herself. She loves testing scents against your skin. She insists that your skin chemistry is just far superior to that of anyone else. Rongo Myfenwa quickly worked her way up to management at the dairy farm. The freedom to give orders once more. Rongo Myfenwa stops by frequently with deliveries of ice cream and cheese, ready with some messy activity for the two of you. Most recently, she's got John Wick made a name for himself in the criminal underworlds of fine metal forgers around the country. No one dared to counterfeit anymore, so he took his finely tailored clothes to the public broadcasting system. So enamored of Dear John have you become, you suggest the ultimate vulnerable. John looks at you through grief-narrowed eyes and indicates that Skips gives you comps to every performance of every show. Some nights, as the lights go down and the play is about to start, you swear you can hear him whisper, "The stage door, after the curtain comes down, is awash in fans waiting for the act." You wait alone for the one slippery shadow. Shelley finds a way to combine both her passions, putting on the library's first bodybuilding competition. The competition is a rousing success, going viral on social media and ensuring the library's funding remains secure for years to come. Of all the things Shelley lifts to stay in shape, you remain her favorite. Sinclair, the proverbial philosopher king, led humanity into a new era of prosperity. When you ask him his secret during your candlelit nights together, he quietly responds, turtles. Despite having disappeared off the grid after the thrilling and dangerous heist, you are still pleasantly surprised to receive anonymous postcards, affectionate. You're the only one who gets the address to whatever bunker she currently resides in.
This girl.
Stefan and Mr. Cluckles eventually become the faces of a successful artisan seaweed brand, though Stefan is rather miffed when he realizes that customers are more. Stefan, of course, had no real reason to feel. Stella brings a fresh perspective on streaming and brings in viewers by the millions each weeknight. Your love for each other is the only thing that keeps her obsession with the algorithm tempered. Stepford frequently sends you motivational Monday texts, often at ungodly hours, with photos of himself working out. Stepford is the only person in history from whom you gratefully accept nudes. Telly is the most prolific blogger for Valdiviflix, having written reviews of just over 15,000 shows. From time to time, you check in on him in his screening room and talk long into the night about what he's watched. In all the years since Teddy has taken up residence at the Bean, the only thing that has changed in his life has been a very slight relocation of seats due to draft. At this point, it should go without saying, you have always been and will always be Teddy's favorite, and he will love to let you know it for the rest of his days. In addition to keeping busy with her localization work, Textbox-chan joins the board that governs the adoption of emojis for text messaging. Most recently, a pair of glasses suspiciously similar to the Dateviators have been added to your phone's keyboard. Textbox-chan makes time to visit you whenever she can, but when she's gone, she texts you frequently, and she never misses. Timothy's work at the train station nets him international acclaim, and when he travels to Japan, Timothy is honored with a limited edition Tokyo Metro card that sells out immediately. Timothy returns from his trip to Japan with kawaii souvenirs,
Kawaii.
many stories of Tina's long string of endorsements and failure to pay a single dollar in taxes catch up with her. And Tony is now forced to do TV shows he'd turned down prior to pay off her immense tax bill.
Oh, shit.
Tina grows jealous of what she sees as Tony's rising star, and the two of them continue to break up and get back together. Both Tina and Tony text you incessantly, complaining about the other and begging you to join them on TV. They insist you are the only good thing in their life. Her performance at the dinner show got the attention of a recruiter, one who worked with an anti-whaling organization. Though she feared water, Titus decided there was no greater cause than to protect those who could. After a few months at sea, keeping the whales safe from the scourges of the ocean, she found her own ship attacked and wrecked. Her impressive resolve kept her crew alive. The moment she touched dry land, Titus mailed you her logbook. You were touched beyond words to receive it, and to see on every page a heartfelt line or two. Tyrell has since sold his business to his employees, but he can't stop himself from coming into work, if only to check in on his towel buddies. He started folding them in your image to show his affection for you. he just can't quite get the nose right. Von Trapp's business booms, then fades as he completely exterminates all the vermin in the city limits.
Wow.
He comes over occasionally to make sure there's no vermin incursion happening in your crawl space. He'd deny it, but he teared up, and the two of you had a romantic, slightly wall, wall, wall. Wall, 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 wall. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
This man stopping a goddamn truck with his bare hands.
Willie is so successful as a consultant that she expands her business, hiring several of your former co-workers to continue the extensive cleanup required after. There's a deep satisfaction in knowing that Willie is now turning the tables on both of your behalf. Willie invites you on the vacation of a lifetime, all expenses paid, care of Valdivian. There's something healing about being on a romantic getaway and knowing the massive bill will be sent to the Soulless Corporation. Winifred is in the process of expanding the Hot and Heady franchise to a second location. She is looking for partners to invest. Hopefully, though the two of you have some very steamy nights together, you always welcome the chance. Gwendolyn found that she was so good at discovering gossip that was true, she caught the attention of an intelligence service. She kept her TV show, but she also uncovered covert secrets. She's in talks for the rights to the movie dramatization. The secret that she'll never tell? The love she... Zoe continues to love her life and her job as a paranormal facilitator. She's had a couple of close calls, but the majority of her ghostly clients are nervous, if ultimately grateful. Zoe is always happy to see you. Your house is, after all, the best place for miles to hold a successful seance. You do sometimes wish your house wasn't quite... Skylar gets to work immediately on creating a new version of the Dateviators, one that everyone can use. The world seems to be full of these days of happy, realized people doing wild, magical things. Skylar visits you often for inspiration. She stares into your eyes deeply, gratified, saying that yours were the ones that made all of this possible. Your eyes. Kind, friendly, loving, but ultimately the ones who listened the most, who trusted the most, who felt the most, and who defeated David the most. Your eyes, those beautiful eyes, the eyes of a true hero. Through your power, we can see that there was love always around us.
Aw. Skylar. We did it. Guys, we did it. We did it, guys. We did it. We did it, Reddit. We beat the game. Oh my god, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. More games, videos coming up on the channel. I would have been able to beat this last week, but like I said, I was sick. I tried my best to record off camera, but I just couldn't record more than just those 2 episodes because I was dying and tired. But thank you so much. I highly recommend that people do play this game and beat it to its entirely, because it is worth it. Replaying this game over and getting all the achievements, I'm an achievement hunter, yes, but having to get all the hate ending, all the love ending, I'm pretty sure there's a secret ending for all of that, but we're gonna go ahead and stick with what we got. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and more videos coming up. I love you guys. Enjoy the credits, and then I'll see y'all on the next one, okay? Peace.
Choo-choo, choo-choo.